Every legend leaves a trace. Some linger in memory, others in things that were never meant to fall into human hands. In the Myths Belief Store, you'll find artifacts, talismans, and relics steeped in the darkness of ancient faiths. Enter if you dare to touch what is forgotten and terrifying. Link in the description. Since the dawn of time, humans have feared not only the demons that crawl out of hell, but also those that are born within the human heart. One of them is Mammon, the embodiment of greed, the lust for wealth, and the obsession with possession. A being that doesn't need to frighten, because temptation is enough. For centuries, his name whispered through scriptures, legends, and warnings, reminding people that sometimes the most dangerous monsters are the ones we willingly invite into our lives. Today, we'll take a closer look at this dark symbol and how his influence has seeped into the modern world. Mammon appears in many cultures as the demon of wealth, materialism, and unrestrained desire. In Christian tradition, he is portrayed as a powerful fallen angel who turned away from God, choosing gold over light. Some medieval texts describe him as the patron of misers and corrupt merchants, a spirit lurking behind every act of greed. His appearance varies. Sometimes he is a grotesque, overweight figure draped in gold, sometimes a tall, skeletal demon with eyes that resemble coins. In other depictions, Mammon is almost like a humanoid treasure vault, a body made of coins, jewels, and riches that constantly devours more wealth. Regardless of the form, Mammon always symbolizes one thing: greed that can never be satisfied, a hunger that grows the more it is fed. Although Mammon is primarily associated with demonic greed, his name survived into modern times in the form of the concept known as mammonism. And importantly, this is not a pop culture invention, but a real term used in economics, sociology, and social philosophy. Mammonism describes a worldview in which money becomes the highest value, and a person's worth is measured solely by wealth, status, and possessions. It is the belief that success is defined not by character or wisdom, but by the size of one's bank account. In economic terms, mammonism is a critical label for societies where profit becomes an end in itself, and all other values, morality, spirituality, relationships, empathy, are pushed aside. It is a system in which individuals are judged not by who they are, but by what they own. In such a world, money is no longer a tool, but a deity to which one's entire life is devoted. Economists sometimes use the term to describe markets or cultures where human well-being is sacrificed for endless growth, where everything, even time and dignity, becomes a commodity. In sociology, mammonism is used to describe extreme consumerism, a lifestyle where people constantly chase new things, prestige, and status. Advertising, media, and mass culture reinforce the belief that happiness can be bought, and if you're not wealthy enough, it means you've failed at life. This creates a cycle of comparison, envy, and pressure that shapes entire generations. In this sense, Mammon is no longer just a demon from ancient texts, but a metaphor for modern societies where greed has become the norm rather than the exception. Philosophers describe mammonism as a spiritual illness of the modern age, a state in which people lose the ability to distinguish needs from desires, and the pursuit of wealth becomes an obsession. It is a worldview that hollows out the soul, replacing meaning with accumulation. This is where Mammon as a symbol gains its full power, not as a horned monster, but as a force that slowly takes over human hearts, promising happiness, but never delivering it. The more one chases wealth, the further true fulfillment slips away. In this light, Mammon is more relevant than ever. He doesn't terrify with hellfire. He seduces with gold, success, and the illusion of security. And mammonism shows that sometimes the greatest demons don't live in myths, but in human desires. In a world obsessed with luxury, status, and constant growth, Mammon's shadow stretches farther than ever before. Mammon appears in many modern works. In the film Constantine, he is portrayed as a powerful demon attempting to seize control of the human world. In games like Doom, Diablo, and Darksiders, his name often appears as a symbol of demonic greed. In fantasy literature, Mammon is frequently depicted as one of the princes of hell, ruling over infernal treasuries and tempting humans with wealth in exchange for their souls. Even in internet culture and memes, his name functions as a symbol of the cult of money, often used ironically, but always with a grain of truth. Mammon is not just a demon from ancient writings, but a symbol that has survived the ages. Can greed truly be a demonic force? Or is Mammon simply a metaphor for human nature? Do you think mammonism rules the modern world? Can wealth become a trap? Or is Mammon a demon that each of us carries inside? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Many more dark myths and hidden mysteries are waiting to be uncovered.